today's topic is about mindset reality check. All right, so check it out, bro. What is analysis paralysis? It's when you overanalyze. All right, what I'm talking about is essentially is when you're stuck in your own situation, you're stuck in place, and you're aware of it. You're aware of you being stuck, so it creates this fucked situation where you're constantly at like, oh shit, I'm not progressing. And then this is your brain. Your brain is aware that you're still, and you're not doing anything about it. Now, the reason why we are like this, we need to understand what it is. So we overanalyze the situation to the point you don't take action. You don't do anything. So what I did in order to get out of my situation, and chat, I want you to go ahead. If you've ever experienced this, does this sound like ringing any bells? Does this happen to you before? Analysis paralysis, where you overanalyze and you have paralysis. Anyways, the way I got out of the situation is strongly recommend writing everything down in here, because it's a lot harder managing all your thoughts in your brain. It's very hard to manage everything in your brain. It's very extremely hard. It's very hard. All right, thoughts come and go. They come and go. They come and go. Solutions come and go. Come and go. Come and go. Non-stop. The faster you write it down, the faster you're gonna be able to come up with a solution. It's because you're able to look at your thought in the real world. You're putting your thought into the real world, and now that's putting you in a literal third-person perspective, being able to look at your problem from a third-person perspective. You being able to do that in life will take you so far. You being able to put yourself in a third-person perspective for everything will take you so far. Write down your problems. Write it down. Instead of overanalyzing them in your head, the first step, now this is not the solution to everything, because just because you write it down doesn't fucking solve your problem. Don't get me wrong. It'll help you solve your problem. So first thing you gotta do is write down your problem. Next best thing you can do for yourself. Most people know what they need to do, but don't do it. So once you write down all your problems, you recognize what you got to do, but you're not doing it. The reason why you're not doing it is because of fear. It goes back to what I said. Your problems are this big, right? Figure out like this many solutions, and your problems get bigger and bigger, and that's just life, all right? Life just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The problems get bigger and bigger and bigger. When you know what you got to do, and you don't do it, it puts you in this limbo, this loop, where the stack gets bigger and it's demotivating. But this is the thing, you can't wait on motivation. Nothing in life comes from motivation. You just gotta do it from consistency and discipline. You literally start. Just start. Literally just start. I promise you, write down all your problems, write 10, solve 2, the rest will come. Alright? At least solve 2. Baby steps. We're gonna take win by win. Alright? Prime example of just starting. So going back to the first topic about analysis paralysis. I was stuck with analysis paralysis. I didn't know what to do, right? So what did I do for analysis paralysis? I went ahead and wrote down everything, right? I don't want to be a troll streamer as much anymore. I actually want to showcase personality. So how do I do that? I'm going to talk about life experiences. I'm going to talk about topics that I care about, shit that's going on in my life currently. I was going through analysis paralysis. I solved it. I'm going to share that information with you guys. Planned out streams. I know what to do. I'm going to talk about shit that's going on in my life, how I went through it, blah, 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 etc. You feel me? So I analyzed my situation. And I understood I was stuck, and I came up with a solution. Now I still have a lot of questions that are unanswered, but I'm figuring it out as I'm going. So that's the first thing, right? The next thing is action. Taking action is what it is. If you don't take action, you're fearing. Why are you fearing? I don't know. What are we fearing? What is this to be feared about? If you fear anything but God, you're never gonna get anywhere. You should only fear God. Only fear God. All right. Pressure's put on, and it puts you in this corner, and you're scared. That's when you get the strongest. That's when you become the strongest, all right? You can't let that shit get to you, all right? Some people change after pain, and some people don't. Why some people don't change after pain is because they get stuck in it. Worst thing you could do. The worst thing you could do is drown in your pain. Now, don't get me wrong. We're going to have a time and period where that pain is going to drown you, not let it consume you. Once you are drowning in pain, there's such a fine line between drowning and blossoming, all right? You can let that water that you're drowning in blossom into a fucking tree. If that makes sense. So like, let me put it into perspective. Let's say a girl leaves you, and the pain that this creates, it creates amounts of pain, right? Oh man, oh fuck, that shit fucking hurt. Oh shit, I'm gonna cry. Blah, 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 blah. You're gonna start crying about it, right, chat? You're gonna start crying. Your woman leaving you creates this pain. Instead of drowning in it, this entire situation I just described hypothetically, anytime you go through any type of pain, right then and there is reflect. I just gave you a perfect prime example of reflection. Instead of taking it as a loss, you could take it as a lesson. I do not take losses. I never take losses. Everything that ever happens in my life is a lesson. I promise you. If you live by this, it'll completely change your perspective. The first thing you do in your entire life is change your mindset. That's the first thing you got to do. You got to change your fucking mindset. Your mind is what determines everything. It's from your thought to your emotion to your frequency to everything. Your mind. It's your mind, all right? In order to stop drowning in your pain is to be able to change your mindset. You gotta want to have the will to change. Once you have the will to change, you change your mindset, right? From a pessimistic person, if you're pessimistic at all pessimism, eliminate it right now in your life. Never again. Remove it. Become an optimist today. The reason why you want to become an optimist and the reason why you want to make that mindset switch is because everything I just discussed for my example would automatically apply if you have an optimistic outlook on everything that happens in your life. All right? If you were to have that type of mindset, you would be growing from your pain. You'd be blossoming. All right? So now you're going through all this pain. You're able to fucking go through it. All right? Now W's in chat, right? You've gone through the pain. Now you change your mindset. Now, next best thing you can do, plan for your future, improvise. Planning brings comfort because your brain is naturally programmed to make you feel dopamine and good whenever you think about the things that you want. When you think about the things that you want, your dreams, and you actually like say out loud, you automatically release dopamine. It makes you feel good because these are things that you want. You haven't done shit. You ain't shit. You still ain't shit. Me and you ain't shit. We ain't achieved our dreams, right? So you're feeling good for nothing. You're planning it. It's making you feel good. Now you're going to be like, oh, you know what? I feel so good. You know, I feel so like productive. I feel like I know what I'm doing when I want clarity. Fuck that, bruh. You ain't do shit. You need to take action. You ain't do shit. You don't deserve none of that dopamine. So that's where a lot of people get fucked up because they plan shit out. Then they get comfortable because that plan, it creates comfort. The entire reason why you've been growing is because you've been going through pain. You put through pressure. The fact that you're planning this shit out is good, but now it's creating a comfort. It just shit tested you. The universe just shit tested you. You were planning out your future and it gave you comfort when this whole time you had pressure. When you get comfort, it kills drive. You cannot let the comfort get to you. You need to be able to go through the pain of executing. You got to be able to execute. Everything that you plan, you got to be able to the same day. Not all of it. Maybe it's not possible, all of it. Maybe most of it. Whatever you can do, you got to do it. You got to fucking do it. Keep doing it. Pain of executing. You go to your work. I just got off work. All right. I worked fucking 9 to 7 p.m. I'm exhausted. I don't know if my eyes look tired or not. I feel like I look like shit. I feel like shit. I look like shit. I don't give a fuck. All right. This is what I want to do. This is what I need to do. And this is work. After I'm done work, this is more work. But it's good work. I like doing this type of work. However, I just streamed an hour. Entire thing was muted. I have to redo this entire conversation, this entire thing I'm talking about. I have to redo the whole thing. My dumbass had it all muted. So I got to do it all over again. All right. But guess what? That's the pain of executing. I could have gone to sleep. I could have done so much more other shit and then be like, oh, whatever. You know what? Maybe better like next time. Fuck that. I made a plan and I got to execute it. All right. If it didn't go to plan, you adjust accordingly. I adjust accordingly. I just did it again. All right. I don't give a fuck. You got to do that shit. All right. That's what separates most men from pussies. I used to be very, very, very different. All right. Cool. Yeah. 8 years ago, I vividly remember I would be an overthinker. All right. Let's say somebody comes and asks me like, how was your day? I went to go to school. Someone hit me with their bike, and then an ice cream man comes and he gets me ice cream, and my day gets better because I got ice cream. But then a Seahawk comes and grabs the ice cream, and then another guy buys me more ice cream, but then he eats half of it. All right. So like I'm having like all these ups and downs. When he's asking me how was your day, I'm thinking like, oh shit, I don't know, but like I dropped, but then this happened. Like I'm factoring out all these things and trying to figure out the answer. The way to stop overthinking is simplify. Recognize right then and there, I'm overthinking, and simplify. Instead of me being like, oh, the ice cream, the Seahawk got the ice cream, and then this happened, and then instead of just doing all that, just understand, you know what? It's okay. My day is okay. So instead of figuring out what the right answer is, yes or no, I don't know which one is it, what's yes or no, be able to reflect right then and there. And when you're able to reflect, you get more clarity right then and there, have a solid answer. And then all those thoughts that you just had are going to fall into play based off his next question, which would be, why is it okay day? Now you could be like, oh, it's an okay day because I woke up, my favorite artist dropped, but then I got hit by my bike. But then this happened with the ice cream, and then I got another ice cream, and then this happened. It all comes into play once you recognize. Once you, as the person, recognize and are able to reflect and assess and then execute, everything will fall into place. The universe will fall into place for you.
Follow First Class Guys! Hey! Hey! Woo! Oh shit.